Welcome back YouTubers, and on today's episode, part 2 of the Honda FIREBLADE Urban Tiger. This is my dream bike and I managed to get it off one of my subscribers. It's been stood for 14 years roughly, so it's going to want a full recommissioning. Couple of things I've noticed straight away is one, the brakes are sticking on the bike. As I found out, the bike is very difficult to move, so this is going to be one of the first things that we will need to address. And secondly, there is what looks like 14-year-old fuel left in the bottom of the tank. The tank has corroded and this is not going to be good for the tank or the carburetors on the bike. And then there's the cosmetics. It looks like the bike has been down on the right hand side, the panels are scuffed and scratched, and there is a list of other issues that we have got to come across. So without further ado, let's get the bike in the shed on the ramp and let's get cracking. Okie dokie, so one Honda FIREBLADE. I did put it on one of them lifts that go under lift the swing arm up that I bought it off eBay, but I put it on and it's proper sketchy. It's proper sketchy. It's folding in towards the bike and the swing arm's not sat correctly on it, and I don't really want to leave the bike on something like that for the amount of time that this bike's going to be on. So for now, I've got the frame strapped down to the lift, and I've got the wheel chocked up and locked in. So it's fine on there now. It'll be fine for us for what we need to do for this next part in the project. I'm going to invest in an ABBA stand. We're going to need to lift the front and the back up off this ramp. So I'm going to have to invest in a proper ABBA stand, but it's been a long time, and I mean a long time, since I've owned a motorcycle that has needed for me to actually put a lift onto it. All my bikes have had centre stands for a long time. It's a long time since I've had a sports bike, so hence the reason I haven't got one. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Right, part 2, Project FIREBLADE. So it's been sat for 14 years. It's got absolutely minging 14-year-old what used to be petrol in there, and I've noticed there is a bit of corrosion inside the tank. So I've bought an endoscope camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the fairings off. I'll show you around the fairings before I take them off, just so you can see what the issues are that we need to sort out at them at a later date down the line. But today we're going to take the fairings off, get the tank off, drain that horrible fuel out. I'm going to stick the endoscope down inside the petrol tank so we can have a look around and see what damage is done and what we need to do on that to fix that. But again, that's going to be later on down the line before we need to go to that. The main important thing is we need to check the bike out and try and get it running. That is the objective. We'll strip the air filter off. We'll find out how horrifically bad the carburetors are going to be, because if fuel has been left in them carburetors for 14 years, it is going to be an absolute nightmare. We'll get the plugs out. We'll get the endoscope camera down in the bores of the engine, see what the internals are like. Probably spray a bit of fluid down there, just a little bit of lubricant down there, because it's not been turned over for 14 years. And then we'll turn it over by hand just to make sure that it moves and everything's okay inside that engine. The camera will take a lot of the guesswork out for us. I don't know how much I'm going to get done in this episode because it is Christmas, so I'm being a bit cheeky coming in the shed over Christmas time, but I'm just desperate to get started on this. I did say I was going to show you around the bike, didn't I? Plastics. So the fairings, this has been broken, so we're going to have to work out a way of fixing that. Like I say, all the graphics are original. There are some marks on them in places, which is fine because we're just going to polish it all up, because I want to use the bike. This is going to be my bike. I really want to ride it as much as I can in decent weather. So all we've got on this side is that needs fixing. This is the side that the bike's been down on. I'll do my best to show you the damage. So there's all scuffs and scratches right down there, all on the panel there. So that is gonna have to be unfortunately repainted and new stickers gonna go on. There are some replica kits out there. I don't know how good they are, and I want to try and avoid that if I can. But yeah, this is This is all going to have to be repaired on this side. So this is the worst side. The rest of it's okay. Right, let's get the panels off. So far so good, no nasty surprises yet. It looks nice and it's not too bad, to be fair. It's nice and tidy. Them pipes look lovely. It's not too bad at all. I don't know if you can see that there with the light. Light's not very good here on this side of the bike. Going down. So far so good on the wiring. The wiring looks like it's not been hacked or messed with, but I might be jumping the gun a bit on it there, but yeah, so far so good. Right, tank. I wish you could smell that smell, because it's horrible. Everything's where it should. It has been stored really, other than the fuel in the tank, it has been stored really well. It's really quite tidy and no rust or anything like that. If there's any rust on it, it's probably from me being in this shed the last couple of weeks. Oh, beautiful. Oh, just put that on there. Well, I'm not going to kick it. Kick it. Dee 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 dee. Oh, that one was stuck. Flaps are moving up. Other than that first one, that one was a bit stiff, but it's working now. So I'm going to cut some video footage now. I'm going to get the endoscope camera and we're going to have a look in there and see what it looks like inside. And then I'll do the same for the petrol tank, which is outside. You can see the state of that. So I'll cut to them videos so you can have a look at that, and then we'll cut back to me. We'll carry on taking this off and having a look inside the engine just to see what everything's like, and then we'll spray some oil in there and we'll turn the engine over by hand, and fingers crossed everything's good. So far it's looking really well. It is genuinely, it looks spot on to me, to be fair. Externally nothing's been messed with. It looks like a really nice genuine example. There's no cuts to the wiring, all the connections, everything, the earth cable, it's all in really good condition. So happy days for that. Let's carry on. Built a bit of a makeshift stand, the tank on there, and there's the fuel tap. Let's get you there. Yeah, you can see it now. The actual tap itself is seized and blocked, so I'm going to have to undo the main nut and take the complete tap out and just let it drop out. It's not going to be good. Absolutely stinks. Horrific. The colour of that. Oh dear. Absolutely hums. If you look at the tap, look at the tube, rotted away. You see it all rotten there. Proper rust, and there's still some fuel there at the bottom. I suppose the good thing to take away from it all is if that fuel's been sat in there for nearly 14 years and it's not leaked, it's not gone through the tank, there's no scabby bits, so On the outside it's a solid tank, so I'll get that cleaned up. I think I'll do the old trick, leave it in white vinegar for 7 days, flush it out, try it again, flush it out so we can get it, hopefully get it to clean metal, and then obviously bicarbonate of soda to neutralise the acid in the tank. That seems to be the way to go. I've noticed a lot of other people are doing that and they're getting really good results, so I'm not going to bother with the sealant stuff because it just causes an absolute nightmare, and I don't think we need to go down that route anyway. I'm waffling on. Let's get cracking on with the bike. Let's get the filters off, let's get the carbs off. Fingers crossed that them carbs are the fuel's been emptied out, them carbs, and that horrible fuel has not been left in them float bowls, because if it has, we're in trouble. Oh, lovely. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah. That wasn't easy, that, but what was going on is I couldn't get to these, which are the screws for the inlet to carb, so I could only get to the inlet to engine, the inner ones, and they just would not budge. I managed to get a couple of these loose on the carb side. Flipping heck, eventually with a bit of toing and froing and every idea I could think of, as much as I don't like pry bars going near bikes, I didn't have much of a choice on that. Question for you, what's ABP 103 and what are them painted on dots? Is that normal, or is that suggesting something a bit strange about this bike? Bottom of the carbs, look. Paint. I don't know. Oh, that's leaking fuel. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, Rob. So the carbs have got that minging fuel in it. Let's get the carbs on the bench and let's have a look inside and see what delights that's going to bring to us. One thing I've learned doing carburetors over the years is do not scrimp on money and parts. Do it right, do it once. One thing I have noticed is these screws. You can see that there, these screws. That one's got a little, that one's broke a little bit. Someone has, can you see that? Someone's mauled that. We're going to have to find a way of getting that out and replacing that. I mean, I was expecting it to be a hell of a lot worse. It actually looks like brand new in there. I'll take the other three off and then I will, I'll show you on the camera. No? I mean, it smells terrific. It's like brand new. There's not even any marks on, like, you know, where someone's had the screwdriver in to take the jets out and stuff like that. It is like brand new. That one is minging. That's like varnish and tar in there. Yeah. Immaculate, immaculate, immaculate. A little bit wet. And then you've got black. You can't see them for tar. Brand new, brand new, brand new, brand new, brand new. Minging. That's the side that when the bike's on its side stand, that's all the fuel's gone over into that. But I don't understand how all this is like brand new. Fantastic. Not too bad. Not too bad considering how long it's been sat. They open, they're open. Yeah, a bit of oil there. It's normal. Oh, there's a few bits A few bits of detritus has gone in there, I'll have to get them out. Right, blasted out there now, cleaned it all. Obviously I've not blasted the one where the valves are open because we're just going to throw crap in there, but luckily that one's clean anyway, so fingers crossed nothing's gone in while it's been stood or while we've been disrupting the carburetors. Next task, I'm going to take the cover off the crank and we'll hopefully, fingers crossed, get the engine turning over by hand, and then I'm probably going to just stick a battery on it, check that the electrics work, lights, stuff like that, ignition, and then we'll crank it over off the starter motor and see what happens. I've had that since I was 28 and obviously sold the bike, and for some reason I keep the old Hay manuals off my bikes, and I've had that for donkeys, and that's going to come into play now because I've got all my instructions I need for that. So it's not like me that normally I just throw, and when I sell a bike, whatever I've got left of the bike, I just throw it all away in the bin. So I have kept that, that's the one good thing. That's freezer daisy. Happy days. Just turn that over a couple more times with the fluid in, and then we'll go and get a battery. Put the battery on. Temporary battery fitted off another bike. We'll crank it over and see what happens. In fact, let's see if we've got a blooming ignition first. No, we haven't. Oh dear, 12.5 volt, so there ain't nothing wrong with the battery. Oh, we've got nothing, no side stand switch, no neutral. I've just checked the dark wiring diagram and found the fuse box, it was under there. All the fuses are okay for the ignition and everything, so I'll come back to here, start a solenoid because it's got the main relay in it, and yeah, it's very green and rusty, so there's voltage going into it there from the battery. I could bridge it and crank it, but before I do that I'm just going to clean these connections up, clean them connections up, clean that up, put the fuse in because the fuse hasn't popped. Got the ignition lights on. Turns out the ignition switch is faulty, so it's got 12 volt going to it, but it's not switching and putting the 12 volt back into the bike. So anyway, I've just done a quick bypass just to get the ignition on because I just want to see if it will crank over, and then this will be the end of the video for today because I've run out of time unfortunately. So we're on run, everything's clear. Move that out of the way. Happy days. That definitely works, and it almost fired up. I only put a bit of GT85 down the valves just to get a bit more fluid down it. Smoke. It smells nice. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good news about the bike, it cranks, it's going to run. I'm fairly confident it's going to run. Johnny, who bought it off, did say it will run. It's just been sat for so long. We've done what we needed to do. We've got some fluid into the cylinders and cranked it over. I'm going to sit here now and do a quick list. So I need carburetor overhaul kit. We're going to need brake caliper overhaul kit front and rear. We're going to need a new ignition switch or a replacement ignition switch, service kit, etc., stuff like that. But the good news for today is we've had it cranking over, we know it works. A few niggling issues to get through. Worst of it's going to be the carburetors. Going to have to strip them down and ultrasonic clean them. I have to try and fix my ultrasonic cleaner if I can. Thanks very much for watching. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. There is a buy me a coffee link on the top of the page, and I'll drop it into the description of the video here. If you want to buy me a coffee, a couple of quid, it really just helps out the channel because we're starting to spend a bit of money now on the bikes and some better camera equipment and stuff like that. It means I can carry on producing these videos for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you very soon on the next one.